Hello everyone, welcome to yet another episode of The Big Question with us, SnG Comedy.
And Neville Shah.
Thank you Neville. Neville has just come back home from a well-deserved vacation.
On which he was working.
Yeah.
He went for a vacation because there was a seminar.
Now, before we get to it, we have a little bit of announcement. We have our audio versions of this podcast on SoundCloud. So if you are someone who likes to drive or don't want to use your data
or don't want to see our faces.
I was not going to say that, but now that he's there, maybe you don't want to see our faces.
This episode you watch specifically on SoundCloud.
You can't watch it, listen to it.
So go to SoundCloud.
Oh yeah, you can watch SoundCloud also. क्या waves है यार इस पे? अरे अभी मैं 21 minutes पे wow.
SoundCloud.com/SNG comedy, if I can speak correctly, or you can just, on the app.
Shits and giggles.
No.
You'll figure it out. Okay, what's the topic for today?
So our topic for today is like the title says, our favorite villains.
Our favorite
villains of all
Shakal.
time.
Shakal.
Mogambo.
I was going to say Shakal.
Kalkachina.
First of all, Mogambo had hair.
Huh?
It's not Mogambo, that's Cafe Mogambo.
Yeah,
It's
that was
Mogambo.
a restaurant.
Mogambo
Restaurants don't
had
have
hair. Guys.
Yeah, he had a toupee.
In the character had hair. Whether Amrish Puri doesn't have hair, that's a different
But that's
question.
the thing. That was the take. In one, the villain doesn't have hair, and in the thing, the guy playing the villain don't have hair.
So speaking of Amrish Puri,
Amrish
as a
Arey
villain,
bhai.
okay.
We are missing Adar. Adar does a great Amrish Puri.
Arey Nagmani. Arey bhai.
I think his eyes, Amrish Puri's eyes, like they scared the shit out of me as a kid. Like I was
for
just,
sure.
I saw Mr. India in Eros with my mom in a thing. I cried. I was
which era was this?
When Mr.
When
India
Mr. India
released,
came out,
motherfucker.
1980 something.
Yeah, so
89.
So this truk and all, when Mr. India is introduced, he's like snapping on the bulb and all of that. I started crying, and then when I saw him and he's like, "Whoa, Mugambo, खुश हुआ," मैं रोया. So my mom had to drag me out of the theater.
तू खुश नहीं
Wow.
पहले से annoying था ना?
मैं फटू.
पहले से
मैं
पूरा
पहले से
theater
फटू.
खुश है, chill
काफी
कर रहा है और
फटू.
एक बच्चा रो रहा है. देखो बजाया किसने?
काफी
So-
फटू.
Wait, you were that kid.
काफी
So there were
फटू.
two
Annoying.
villains. There were two villains. I think people say Shakal because they see
Shakal,
but,
I love Shakal.
But the other two villains that we talk about in Hindi cinema at least is Mogambo
Gabbar.
and Gabbar.
Gabbar,
Now
man.
Gabbar,
He's
that,
legend.
That scared me. Like because he killed a kid in the movie, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, he's like me. The kid's like me. Like
But that's a really good point because
You
like
weren't born when Sholay was born.
when I saw it, dude.
no, but that's a really good point. The fact that like when you see a villain do something that
Heinous.
dastardly,
Yeah.
like killing a child is like you have my attention and my curiosity and whatever the fuck else you want,
Also, he was formidable, right? Once you set that up, the stakes. Like we talk about as writers, the stakes.
Yeah.
This guy will kill a kid.
Yeah,
So,
he means business.
Yeah.
Clearly.
And he must be stopped. And therefore, the victory at the end is way more like that's the problem with today's villains. I feel like today's villains are just props.
Yeah,
They're just waiting to get beaten by the hero.
Which is why.
but
why,
so everybody talks about Gabbar, Shakal,
Crime Master
Mogambo.
Gogo.
No, I'm not.
Wait.
We'll go to comedy villains later.
Yeah, we'll-
but there was one guy who in the middle, late 90s, early 2000s was killing it. Ashutosh Rana. Very
Right.
Yes.
So essentially, he was just doing Indian versions of Silence of the Lamb and Postman Rings
Saransh
twice.
in that movie.
That was Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Sangarsh.
Sangarsh.
Where he's cross-dressing and he's like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Tanuja
bro."
Chandra.
My younger brother, Karan, didn't come for the movie because he had seen the
that in
trailer
the
and he had seen that one scene.
Oh damn.
So he said, I'm not coming. We have left him home with our dadi and we have gone in. I'm like, चल मैं तो देखेगा.
दादी को भी
And
नहीं
he's
दिखा
"बोलो,
picture."
ये तो मेरे भी फट गई. So he was pretty scary. Even in
In the 90s, if you saw Ashutosh, you ran away.
he was intense.
You run away.
Guys, yaar, appreciation.
So
You know how I feel about
I know.
it.
I love you, man.
But
No,
that
so
was
there was one villain. I just like his name was like evocative and scary, but he was actually not at all. His name was Jabbar Khargoshi. The
What
villain's
the
name was
which part? What is this?
played by Danny Dengzongpa.
Of course.
But in what movie was this?
Silsila Hai Pyar Ka
What is going on?
with Chandrachur Singh and Karisma.
Wow, you're scratching at the bottom of the barrel.
Chandrachur
Matlab.
Singh.
Yeah, man.
And Karisma Kapoor. You know what his
Jabbar
shtick
Khargoshi
was?
wala.
Jabbar Khargoshi. You know what his shtick was? His shtick was he used to cryogenically freeze his squeezes. So he's making Karishma Kapoor walk through a corridor. There are glass.
And there's
All women just Cryogenically frozen in
Holy shit.
Wait,
जब्बार
सिलसिला है
खरगोश।
प्यार का इतना इंटेंस था.
काफी fuck all.
Is the word cryogenics used at all in the
No,
film?
no.
It's almost like मैं इनको cryogenic
ये cryogenics क्या होता है? No, that's a scary villain.
How did he describe it?
Nothing. He said ये सब.
ये देखो बर्फ में.
हाँ,
No,
freezer में डाला
he
हुआ.
says something, and the concept is I don't want my girls to ever lose their beauty, so I freeze them when they're beautiful. I don't let them
Me,
become.
that's the worst
Wow.
variant of ever.
That's fucked up.
You know,
But
but
it's
talking
very
about that,
bad.
there was also China Gate, which was basically
Oh, amazing!
Gate was great.
Which was Sholay.
India's Expendables,
Yeah.
basically,
Before the
where they
Expendables.
had Mukesh Tiwari's debut,
Yeah.
where he was
Yes.
मेरे मन को भाया, मैं
कुत्ता काट के खाया. Correct.
What is
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
man?
That was
This is
great.
Mukesh Tiwari.
That was-
Yeah.
What
you
was
should
his
know
name though in the movie?
I'll tell you. Wait, 1 minute. His name was
Bagheera.
No, Bagheera. No, Bagheera was that was Jigar. Jigar
Gabira.
was the dog.
But he was like a variation of Gabbar,
Bagheera.
right?
Gabbar, yeah,
Gabira.
yeah. But that is
Gabbar.
Rajkumar Santoshi's fetish. Rajkumar Santoshi's fetish is Sholay. So he wants to make Sholay in as many ways as possible.
You know, when you say fetish, no.
And you put
Films don't
Rajkumar
come to mind.
Santoshi
Yeah.
with that. I'm just like, yeah, I'm imagining that because I know what he looks like.
We all do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There was this one guy. I'm
Danny Dangzong was a good villain.
There's one guy. I don't know his name, and he was always Mama. His name was Mama or Mamu. Okay, he had a beard. He was bald. He looked South Indian. He was dark.
Yeah, Shetty.
Shetty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Kala Shetty.
Kala Shetty.
His name is Kala Shetty.
Kala
In
Shetty.
my brain,
Kala Shetty.
he's imprinted running through a crowd with a sword or like a sickle type thing
Correct.
with blood on it, just running.
Was this in Arjun Pandit?
Except he has done this exact same scene
In every
Across-
movie.
in another movie which was Gunda. Kala Shetty is in Gunda also, where he's been contracted to kill some MP. Okay, so cut to MP is walking in. It's literally that चार ये पड़े पीछे हवलदार है लकड़ी लेके. And suddenly cut to Kala Shetty, and you know he's standing like that. This guy, he's standing like that. He walks up. He stabs the MP.
Yeah.
और ये जो पांडु है ना, ये सिर्फ खड़े
Dude, and it's just like that guy for me was like, if I ever saw him in an alley, I would just run.
No, but Kala Shetty also did this movie called Humse Hai Mukabla, which are
Yeah, yeah.
Akshay Kumar and Sunil
What
Shetty
was
in it,
that?
where he had the Krypton bomb.
Oh, he was dressed in a uniform.
Yeah.
Oh, and he had gloves. He had white gloves on.
Dude, he looked like he was dressed like Muammar Gaddafi.
No,
Wearing
not
white
Gaddafi.
gloves like
It
a
was
nurse.
Idi Amin.
Idi Amin.
He was
Idi
like,
Amin,
yeah,
yeah. Idi Amin. And then this Krypton bomb was basically a bulb. That's just shining, which is in a bag.
Yeah.
So it's
It
called
keeps getting thrown here, there, it falls. Nothing. I mean, a Krypton bomb.
Krypton bomb. It's called Krypton first of all. Totally borrowing from Superman.
So no, Danny Dangzong. So we've had some great villain names though. We've had great like Kanchachina. Chappan Tikli. You know why he was called Chappan Tikli? Chappan
But
Tikli.
Chappan Tikli wasn't deadly.
No, Chappan Tikli was a villain. No, in the film.
was
Chappan
villain,
Tikli in Sir was the villain.
Wait, no.
Yeah,
Really?
Chappan Tikli, Gulshan Grover, dude. Chappan Tikli was the villain.
Dude, talk about that back in the day movies. Sadak.
Sadak,
With
yeah, yeah. Sadashiv Amrapurkar playing the villain.
Wow.
He's not a cyborg, dude. He was a eunuch. It's not.
He's talking about that one movie that Bridge and him keep talking about, where he shows up on a massive peacock.
Okay, it's a tractor.
That is not Sadak.
Dude, that is
No,
too
not
funny.
Sadak, that's not Sadak.
It is Dharmendra and Vinod Khanna. Okay,
Okay.
And they are like old as hell already in this movie, right? The opening scene of this movie has them flying in the sky. Literally, they pick up a boy who's about to get hit by a car and they fly in the sky with him.
This is a superhero movie. What is
No, it's called Farishte. Okay, it's not super. You
Because they are
guys have
angels.
it's
Oh.
on YouTube. And Sadashiv Amrapurkar plays this guy who's taken over a village, and he moves around the village. Everybody has to give him tax, and he has a peacock, which is basically a tractor. They fashion a peacock on it, and he goes around like a king.
Oh
And-
my god.
Anytime the opening scene is where a farmer is like, मैं नहीं कर सकता, मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है.
हाँ.
He sounds like the peacock is fucking. Yeah. He sounds like the peacock is like fucking him from the back.
Oh man.
But you have these villains, right? And then you have comedy villains. Okay.
No, 1 minute. You know
No,
why
no,
Chappan
we can't finish, yeah,
You know why Chappan Tikli was called Chappan Tikli?
Why was it?
Because he had 56 spots on his face.
Oh
he was
wow, so
Chappan
I'm
Tikli.
Bara Tikli.
So someone sat there and counted it.
No, Chuti, I'm assuming when they wrote it, they said we'll call him Chappan Tikli, we'll put 50.
I don't think there is any scene where people are counting kitna tikli.
It's Sir, Chappan Tikli.
Sir, आप incorrect है, आपके पास सिर्फ 54 है.
Shit. No, but we've had some really great name. Like in Chalbaz, You know what Balma stands for? He says it also.
It's an abbreviation.
Yes, it is an abbreviation.
Baltic, Atlantic.
No.
God, what is
It
it?
is not. He says it also. He says, "Mera naam hai Battuknath Lallan Prasad Malpani." Balma. That's what.
And he says it again and again. Balma.
Yeah, he says it.
Yeah,
You know, it's just amazing how much brain space, like all these chutia things are occupying your
occupied.
head. Like full form of Balma. Where have you ever?
I don't know.
We've not had some
Like
great
Kanchachina's
villains in the recent.
No.
Prakash
times,
Raj.
No,
is
no,
the-
man. That's what I mean.
Yeah, Prakash Raj. See,
It's
the thing is,
probably
it's all, these all the villains have become their versions of South Indian villains.
Yeah.
Because Prakash Raj came, he did all the same roles in South Indian movies,
Yeah.
and then they're like, hey, listen.
But we've not had a great
Chal,
like
I-
angry young man action story also.
We haven't.
No, that's the
No,
problem.
No, anyone that we've had have always had another like. Not a hardcore villain, but just somebody who
Like one track.
like Salman Khan movies,
Beti
right?
ka baap.
Salman,
Basically, he becomes the
Salman
villain.
Khan movies, you have Salman whose shirt phadega. So now the opposite side, the villain has always been like one of these model type dudes
Yeah.
who can't
Who's
act for
shirtless.
shit.
Yeah.
उसको सिर्फ आर्ट ये और ऐसा खड़े के ना
वो अजय देवगन का वो कराटे पिक्चर था ना जिसमें वो अंधा फू करके फेंकता है क्या नाम
वो
था
क्या जिगर पिक्चर
जिगर ओहो इन दैट आल्सो देयर वाज अ
Hey,
गाय
Jigar was insane because Ajit was there. Ajit was the fucking master shifu tha wo.
he was
What?
yeah
Arey, it was a
so
Bloodsport copy, by the way.
Jigar was
Bloodsport.
but it was a superb film it was a very good film
Dude, it is
and
a direct copy of
yes who's saying no
हाँ, so most of our great movies are.
it doesn't matter
Is this suddenly dawning
it was
upon
well
you?
done.
No, I think Three Idiots is one of our greatest movies. Doesn't have a it's an original screenplay and
Yeah.
and
not
even-
really
From
original but
Chetan Bhagat, but like.
But and it's adapted, let's say, from a book. But the villain there is also very interesting to me. Bhavana Rani's
Yeah,
character.
we should-
no, but
we should
I'm
talk
saying
about-
that that's the different type. Like if you're traditionally talking about like Shakal, like villains who scare
Like
you,
villains who are like, I will
like
kill you.
Bond villains. You
No,
know, Bond villains used to
whose,
be.
whose only motivation is evil.
Is
You know what I
destruction,
mean?
yeah.
But I want to talk about these kind of villains. Like I'll tell you one villain who frustrated the crap out of me. He wasn't really a villain, just the grey character, Lakha from Lagan. Like, you know, very well portrayed. Fucking hated that character. And I
But
think,
redeem कर लिया उसने end में.
हाँ,
Diving
सही
catch ले
है.
लिया
पर as a villain, I think your job, if you've succeeded, if the audience unanimously goes like, fuck this guy, you know,
Yeah,
like
100%.
you've succeeded, and it was
In
really good.
1942, A Love Story. Have you guys seen that? Remember that?
Yeah.
So I will never forget.
Where
the moment.
Jackie Shroff's name was pretty awesome. Shibhankar, I remember.
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
referred to it in the previous podcast.
I remember at the end. I think I forget who one of the he still acts today. I think the driver guy who plays a driver. I forget
Yeah.
Rajpal Yadav or someone like that. I don't know who it was. One of these character artists. He goes up and he spits on the British guy, and the British guy kills him, and he gets sprayed by blood, and he goes, "Bloody Indian blood." Until now, my sister and I keep quoting that line, "Bloody Indian blood."
Which is in what context?
in whatever context.
General Dyer.
General Dyer. Yeah,
He
yeah,
spits
yeah.
on General. You know who it is? It's that Gumad guy.
Yeah.
What's his
Rajpal
name?
Yadav, you know? No.
No.
He's the other guy. Raghuveer
Yashpal,
Yadav.
Yashpal.
Raghuveer Yadav.
Yeah.
You guys
Knew it.
remember Bob Christo?
Yeah, of course.
What a
of
great
course.
villain.
Bob Christo in
Dude, not just Bob. So
Chalbaz.
you had Bob Christo, and then there was another white guy who was there in every Akshay Kumar movie. Okay, and the thing with him is they always had a fight.
the
where
bodybuilder
Akshay
guy,
Kumar,
right?
yeah, would do a 180.
Yeah.
Okay, and that guy also on the opposite side would do a 180. You
Yeah.
know, like basically Jean-Claude Van Damme का जितना भी तूने fight देखा है ना,
हाँ,
it's
सबका
Akshay Kumar and this one dude. I forget his name.
He's the only guy who can. With cat eyes, no? He's there.
with cat eyes,
Correct.
and he's there in हमसे मुकाबला
got-
also with
correct,
Krypton
yeah,
bomb
I
के साथ है वो.
You know, Bob Christo got so typecast as a guy who came to India to fuck everything up. You know that
Even in Chalbaz, they're in that when Hanuman attacks him
Not
because
Chalbaz.
oh sorry Mr. India.
India.
When Hanuman attacks him, he's like, oh sorry Jai Bajrang. And this foreign accent guy speaking Hindi, oh god.
One
But
last.
props
What?
came for Bob
Christo,
Christo, dude.
Yeah.
Came to a country. How many people don't know Bob Christo?
no, in this country, yeah, I mean him.
Fucking everybody knows Bob Christo.
But like Tom Alter, for example, I mean,
But good actor.
Good actor, right?
Good
Also speaks great Hindi. Was never, but never got typecast. Luckily for him.
No, because he's a good actor. Bob Christo came.
Bob Christo was like only deal in ammunition.
Tom Alter has done Waiting for Godot on stage. So
Tom
he's a
Alter
good.
did Waiting for Godot.
Yeah.
किधर यहाँ?
Yeah, at Prithvi, really long.
Wow.
You know which other guy I want to talk about? Paresh Rawal.
Oh yeah, that's
He
great
does
villain.
comedy really well and villainy really well. So
Yeah.
I talk
And
about
so does
villain.
Anupam Kher.
The
Yeah.
actual.
No, Anupam
Anupam
Kher was a
Kher.
terrible villain. I'm sorry.
No,
He's a
dude.
terrible
No,
villain,
dude.
dude.
Dude,
Which was that
in
doctor?
Hum, where he was I think Dr. Dang in
Dr.
Karma.
Dang.
Karma
Dude, in
and Roop Ki Rani चोरों का
guy saying that with the I haven't heard that title name in like decades.
Oh my
dude.
god, Ruki Rani Choro Ka Raja had a song which was something Chinchbogi. Dong 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 dongra. God knows what it was, dude. That
I can see that during those years that Neville was really forming his worldview.
Yeah.
Around
Amazing.
Chalbaz and
Should we talk about comedy villains now?
comedy villain.
Because
Crime
again, like,
Master Go.
hands down best villain and also Teja.
I think we should just make this about Indian villains. This
Okay,
whole podcast.
Bollywood villain.
Bollywood,
we'll do.
Okay, so Crime Master Gogo is the first one, right?
Yeah.
But for me, the funniest villain of all time is everything Ajit did. The lion character. Because that became it became a meme before the word meme was invented, right?
Yeah.
Before the internet, he was a meme.
Lion.
Lion. Usko shorthand kar do. Typing to aati nahi. Uske heart काट डालो. I remember my favorite joke was
Liquid oxygen.
Liquid oxygen और उसको fax कर दो. क्यों boss lion क्यों? ना इधर का रहेगा ना उधर का. You know, like what? so they go onto the ship.
I didn't understand that joke.
It was I think liquid oxygen. It was उसको liquid oxygen में डाल दो.
There's many
Liquid
versions.
से जीने नहीं देगा, oxygen से मर नहीं देगा.
So okay, the whole gang.
Yes.
Yuck.
Are you hearing this for the first time?
Yes.
Baba, listen to this one.
What a trash.
So they go into his boat, okay, to look for gold,
Right.
and they can't find the gold. So Robert goes to lawyer. Boss, सोना किधर है? किधर भी सो लो, इतनी बड़ी.
In Baap number hi beta 10 number, you know, there is this one line which quintessentially one of the greatest lines ever written, which is Dubai aa gaya. Okay, so everyone goes to sleep. So Kadir Khan and Shakti Kapoor con everybody by calling them, saying we will send you to Dubai. So everybody comes with this like, हाँ हमको नौकरी मिलेगी and all. They come into this one boat at Colaba. And he takes them to Marve or one of those like Elephanta Island type thing. So he puts everyone to sleep. Asrani puts everyone to sleep. In 20 minutes he says, Dubai aa gaya. Everyone gets up and then they walk out. Okay. There's one watchman over there saying, food, where we get? बेचत क्या बोल रहे हैं? अरे आप हिंदी बोलते हो? अरे भोसड़ी के मैं इधर ही है, तब तक बोट निकल गया. Oh fuck.
So I think the worst PJ that Loin ever did was after he shot a peacock. What? And he's like, पहले ये मोर था, अभी ये no more है.
Wow, that's great. That's some great writing.
But if you see Andaz Apna had some great writing. Like there's one like it. We will have probably
Sorry, just
seen
to cut you, I have a feeling they wrote that whole scene of the moat
Only-
just for that
only
one,
that.
right?
Yeah. This is
reverse engineering.
Yeah. But
सर हमारे पास टेबल है. अच्छा अभी पंच सोच. और वो टेबल के साथ क्या करना है सोच.
there was that, and there's Kadir Khan school of writing. No,
Kadir Khan as a villain in all the Govinda films.
Yeah,
dude.
no, also in Hum.
Bro,
very
Kadir
good.
Khan, I think Kadir Khan wrote everything that anybody has ever watched from all of 80s and all of 90s.
Kadir
It's all Kadir Khan.
Also
Ghost writing,
number one
everything.
In Andaz Apna, no, there's one dialogue which is, I think, it's technically super racist. Okay,
I know which one this is.
Technically.
Butler Danny.
What?
So Amir Khan calls one waiter who is from the northeast, all right, but he's short. So he just, hey Butler Danny, idhar aa."
That's not racist, dude.
It's damn.
Why is it racist?
I think it's hilarious to me, but come on. Butler Danny is a bit much.
No, but you had Go-Go, which I don't know how you write that. I don't know how you write that. It is
ये तेजा क्या है?
incredible.
You smoke a lot of great marijuana before you do this.
Well,
And
they
then
should be smoking that every year
But
and making
that-
one more.
but that
It's so
film
good. And the
is
movie was
so
ahead of its time.
way
Because,
ahead.
Like to have like that sketch villain. It's a sketch villain basically.
That's
right?
good.
Like,
No, it's good to have a movie ahead of its time because if it came out today, then you'll be like, it's a movie.
No, but also, I mean, sadly enough, he re-released it, and it's one of those movies that has only been done well through piracy. It's not done well.
yeah,
it didn't do well in the theater.
It's a
right.
cult film.
It's on Netflix and I don't feel like watching it. I need Z Cinemas logo.
And also the thing with Andaz Apna was they shot it over 3 years, right? Like because they didn't have money, so he would stop schedule. So if you look at it in one scene, Salman Zair is
Dude,
second and it's here.
You know, from the house when he goes to the jungle, no house में उसका लंबा बाल है, jungle में उसका छोटा बाल है. And they have continued. It's all straight.
NFS.
No fucks.
Can you
NFS.
imagine that the Loin character was so popular that his son managed to get a bunch of roles?
Even that was such great writing. They're like, okay, wait, we'll get
Ajit's son.
Ajit,
but the same role.
And do the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't think he did anything after that.
No.
Like he just did.
But even Viju Khote in Viju
Khote. Robert.
Rabbit का क्या aim है ना? अरे rabbit नहीं Robert.
But then you have all the
Teja was
comedy
also a
villains
great
from Gunda.
Oh yeah, good. So those are
But they were
all epic.
unintentional comedy
The
villains. You know what I
thing
mean?
is,
do you think so?
they played it very
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, that's what.
They
That's
were
what
just
made it
"Nee,
like-
sir, abhi every guy is going to come, look in the camera and just give their line. You know everybody's line? KT, I'll educate you on everybody's
Dude,
line.
we met
tell
Ibu
me,
Hatela,
tell
no?
me.
हाँ, so
Yeah.
first is Bulla.
हाँ.
Okay, he's the main guy. He's
हमेशा-
Mukesh Rishi.
He's in East India comedy, right?
Huh?
He's in-
Not Sahil Bulla.
बुल्ला जो रखता है
हाँ,
हमेशा
मैं रखता हूँ खुला. No, not just खुला.
Correct.
This is Shakti Kapoor.
No,
No,
this is
Mukesh Rishi.
Ah, Mukesh Rishi, okay.
Okay, then there was
Shakti Kapoor was great.
there
By
was
the
a-
way, has played Salim in Sarfarosh.
Yeah, man.
Which is
What a
ace.
great
Look
role.
that role.
Again,
What a
talking
great
about villain, Nasiruddin Shah in fucking Surfer.
Sarfarosh. What a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
one.
yeah.
But
Not
Nasir
Bro, वो
across the board.
बकरा का कान निकाल दिया, bro. Just
दांतों से.
दांतों से. Oh my
Khake.
god, what a.
Then you had the other guy in Gunda who
guy
was a
called John
politician.
Matthew
His name
Manthan.
is Pote. जो अपने बाप के भी नहीं होते. Okay.
So everyone came with a tagline.
Everybody, dude,
Yeah, yeah.
they just come.
What was,
and look into the camera like that.
Chutia?
So the camera is there. No, wait.
Chutia's
Do like
tagline
that. And they're
itself.
like, पोते जो अपने बाप के भी नहीं
नहीं
होते. Cut to the other guy. मेरा नाम है इबू हटेला.
हटेला.
माँ मेरी चुड़ैल की बेटी, बाप मेरा शैतान का चेला. खाएगा केला.
The
Gunda
last
villain.
comedy villain is also the current recent one, Boman Irani, dude.
Baman
Yeah.
Rani, yes.
Because
Yes.
he's done like great. Like even Munna Bhai, he's technically the villain.
A villain,
right?
yeah. He's the bad guy.
In both the Munna Bhais, I mean.
In Khosla Ka
Yeah.
Khosla. he's
Yeah.
In Three
Ah,
Idiots,
what a good-
he's the antagonist.
Yeah.
So and he's done such a great job.
yeah. Phenomenon.
Is there a connection between good comic actors and great like villains? You know what I mean? You know what
Because I think that,
But
see,
also
I
in
think
terms
here
of
it's
casting,
because they're
right,
actors.
When they're thinking about casting, they're also like, hey, listen, won't it be great if we take this guy who's known to be funny?
And then make
I
him-
don't think they look at like that.
Dude, look at fucking what is that movie? Insomnia. Robin Williams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Insomnia.
No, but I know that's internationally. Here, I think that the heroes don't know how to act.
Yeah.
Right? And
So
then
the
you have
support-
the support cast knows how to act.
Yeah.
And because the support cast knows how to act, you can put them in anything. So a Nasir can do something that's funny. Nasir can do something that's villainous. A Nasir can do something that's downright horrific and something as dark. I mean,
Yeah.
Basically,
whether-
acting is a criteria.
acting is a criteria for a villain.
Because
right?
then you can give them that role, right? Because that role will have some meat.
But that's what's changed, right? That's what changed today. Today the villains, like I was talking earlier.
No,
like look at
personality,
Sharat Saxena in Gulam.
Gulam.
Yeah.
Fucking sick.
What a great thing.
Gulam
right?
was
Like,
a-
great. Villain.
I think playing a villain is a lot more fun though. I think a lot for
All actors.
100%,
All actors,
dude.
all actors.
Shah Rukh started his
Shah Rukh
career
as
as
a
a villain.
Yeah.
Bazigar.
Bazigar, great.
No,
Anjam,
it was
great.
it was on TV yesterday, the one with Sunny Deol, where he,
Yeah.
and he was
Dar.
Dar.
he looked like
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking.
But you know,
at the end.
after Shah Rukh, we've not gotten any mainstream actor who can do.
Doom, all the Doom series, all shit.
Yeah.
But the Doom.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot. They were also villains. Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about if a A-list star is playing a villain, now the rule is he has to kill himself. And he has to in slow motion.
No,
he has
but
to fall down.
but same happened. Even Doom 1, John Abraham flies off the cliff.
Amir Khan is
Dead.
free.
Amir Khan died.
Ritik also gets shot, falls off a cliff. You think he's dead, but shows up in Brazil. Listen, we can't talk about villains and not mention
Hitler.
Gulshan Grover.
I did chapantikli, bro.
नहीं लेकिन
Dude,
what
his-
deep you have to have a deep dive into Gulshan Grover.
Yeah,
There was
his
Gulshan
nickname
Grover and
was
Ranjit.
Bad Man, dude.
And Ranjit.
Yeah.
Ranjit and Gulshan
Ranjit.
Grover.
Ah, Ranjit.
and
Ranjit the
Gulshan.
forever rapey guy,
Yeah.
and Gulshan Grover the forever the guy who's always he reminds me actually of Cersei Lannister. He's always fuming. His character like over. And
But you know, I think Gulshan Grover throughout the 90s, even he as a villain had his own catchline. Like,
Right.
you know, when he was
Yeah.
there, he would say this, I forget the movie, Dil Garden ho gaya.
Ah.
So, in the end, he gets shot in some movie. So he's dying. Dil Garden.
And then he dies. He doesn't finish it.
Yeah, he doesn't
It's
finish
his
it, yeah.
Hera moment.
Dil
Wow.
Garden, and he dies.
like they really think about this. I'm like, hey, you're dying, and you have to say this line while you're dying. What's
Right.
the
Because
line?
you need a takya kalam. You need that.
Yeah.
For every villain,
Villains
he
need
has
to have
to.
a they need to have a takya kalam. You're right.
Any great recent villains?
They don't need,
Any
in Bollywood, you need to, because they have.
Recently,
Dude, Gangs of Wasepur. Everything.
Gangs of
Gangs
Wasepur.
Ramadir
oh, Gangs of Wasepur. they are
Yeah.
No,
great
but then
villains.
that whole
Faisal.
Manoj Bajpayee series, Satya and all of that. if you
Satya was
saw-
great, man. Satya was great.
Satya Company. When Ram Gopal Verma was a filmmaker.
You know, another guy I think who would be great at villain's role, Amol Gupte.
Yeah.
You know, he did that in Kamine. He played that
Yeah.
gangster. He's very like straight face, cute looking guy. You don't expect to be a gangster, but he can be deadly.
Even Amol is the same guy who does kids movies, right?
Yeah.
So
And
in,
you-
in Stalin Ka Dabba, he played a great antagonist.
Yeah.
Super. It's
with a professor, no?
Yeah, so good because this is when the movie ends and there's a change in the character, you believe it.
Shiv Subramaniam in
Parinda.
In Parinda.
Yeah.
Wow, that movie was insane.
We covered everything.
Nawaz is currently the villain, right? Again, actor.
Oh, dude, Raman Raghav, we went saw that, right?
Yeah.
In Raman Raghav 2.0, Nawaz was like quite
Killing
killer,
it.
man. Yeah.
Anything Nawaz does.
Yeah,
Any
yeah.
fucking movie does, any character.
Recent great.
Oh, Pankaj Kapoor, dude.
Which movie?
Maqbool.
Oh,
Maqbool.
Yeah.
One.
But here's the thing, right? One is a villain, okay, and one is a negative character, as they call
Antagonist.
it. The best way to describe it, if Dark Knight was made in India, no, Heath Ledger would win Best Villain Award.
Yeah.
He wouldn't win
Best actor.
Best
Best
supporting
act-
actor.
yeah.
He won supporting actor. That's the
Line.
basic
No, but
differentiation.
no, here we do villains and the best
No,
actor
for
in
us, a
comedic
bad
role.
guy is fully like bad guy. वो
हाँ,
actor नहीं है,
उसका, हाँ.
he's only doing a villain. You know what I mean? Like,
Because the idea the hero can...
Best character in a negative
No.
role.
yeah.
Exactly. This is why Shah Rukh will not play a villain unless he's also playing the hero, like in Fan.
Yeah.
Or in duplicate. Or in duplicate. Oh my god, what a film that was.
Even
Did you guys see Kahani?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The serial killer in that film.
No,
Bob.
2. You're talking about 2.
No, Kahani 1.
One, nah.
Yeah, the guy who just shoots the
Yeah,
insurance
yeah.
agent.
Yeah, I
Ah,
forgot.
That guy was very good.
The straight face bhola.
Yeah,
I
that
think
guy-
that's become the trend now, you know, little bit where you
psychopaths.
get people who
Yeah.
don't look like your traditional villains. They're not like dressed like Idi Amin.
Okay, guys, we need to wrap up. So, if you had to pick one villain of all time, favorite villain
Bollywood.
from Bollywood,
Bollywood.
all time.
All time Bollywood bad villain. Ashutosh Rana.
Amrish Puri, man. Amrish Puri.
Gabbar.
So, Amjad Khan.
Amjad Khan.
Amjad Khan.
For me, Shakal.
Nice.
Bhushan
Hey, we
Darbhanga.
had 4 different ones. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
All
not
right.
planned at all.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, that's it from this episode of The Big Question. These were our favorite villains in case we missed out any, which I'm sure we have, and you will point that out to us. Let us know in the comment section.
If you do want to add to it, give us a link also. Like, so give us a YouTube video so we can actually see who the person, just in case we haven't seen.
Or a
it.
and
Wikipedia
I like
entry.
funny links of all the comedy villains because
Comedy-
I think there is a shit ton of comedy villains.
Yeah.
To be
Anarkali
explored.
का फोन था आइसक्रीम खाना जरूरी
वो villain नहीं
I
है,
know,
bro.
but it's a great line.
It's a great
Okay, on that
line.
note, that's
It's a great
it
line.
from this episode. See you guys
Bye,
next
guys.
week.
See you.
See you.